Welcome to the Common FAFSA Filing Errors presentation. Today, we will be going a few commonly misunderstood questions to help prevent errors and delays with processing your 2024-2025 FAFSA application. We will discuss completing the FAFSA in one session, questions commonly misunderstood, and resources if you are experiencing some trouble. If you have not filed your FAFSA form already, our recommendation is to have everything you need to complete your FAFSA form in one session. Several students have shared having difficulty getting back into FAFSA to complete the form after saving their progress. To complete the FAFSA, you will need, if you filed, the 2022 federal tax returns for yourself and your parents if you're a dependent student, or if you're an independent student, you will need them for yourself and your spouse. You will also need to know the legal names, dates of birth, and social security numbers for yourself and your parents if you're a dependent student, or if you're an independent student, you will need that information for yourself and your spouse if you're married. And finally, you will need the FSA IDs for yourself and your parents if you're a dependent student, or if you're an independent student, you will need the FSA IDs for yourself and your spouse if you're married. If you have not yet created an FSA ID, we strongly recommend you create one prior to starting the FAFSA. It will take some time to validate the FSA ID before you can use it. The first question we'll go over pertains to students' parents' willingness to provide their information on the FAFSA. The Department of Education has found this question has confused so many families, they're actually working on restating the question to make it clearer. The question states, are the student's parents unwilling to provide their information, but the student doesn't have an unusual circumstance that prevents them from contacting or obtaining their parents' information? If you answer yes to this question, what you're saying is you cannot provide any parental information on the FAFSA because your parent does not want to give you that information. Answering yes to this question will also only allow you to receive the unsubsidized loan from the schools you send the FAFSA to. No other federal aid can be awarded. If you have at least one parent who you can provide information for, you should answer no to this question. Our next question causes a lot of confusion for our families as well. I'm going to navigate this question in real time so you can see how this question filters out the information that should be provided on the FAFSA. When the FAFSA asks about the student's parents, they're referring to the student's biological or adoptive parents. So the question is, are the parents married to each other? If they are married to each other, you answer yes, and FAFSA says provide the information for both parents. If they're not married to each other, answer no, and a supplemental question will pop up, and that question is, do the parents live together? If they do, say yes. FAFSA says provide information for both parents. If they do not, say no, and another supplemental question will come up. And that question states, did one parent provide more financial support than the other parent over the past 12 months? It also goes on to say that if both parents provided the exact equal amount of financial support, then answer no to the question. So we'll start off though by saying yes. If one parent did provide more support, they want to know, has the parent you identified in the previous question remarried? If the answer is yes, click yes, and FAFSA says provide the information for the parent and the step parent. If that parent did not remarry, then you say no, and you provide the information for just that parent. Now let's take a few steps back. If the answer to the question of whether or not one parent provided more financial support than the other is no, when you select no, you'll get the same pop-up question if that parent that you identified in the previous question was remarried, and if the answer is yes, then you provide the information for the parent and step parent. If the answer is no, then provide the information for just that parent. For our last question, I want to bring to your attention this area here. Many students are checking this box even though their parents have social security numbers. Not knowing your parent's social security number is not the same as your parent not having one. If your parent has a social security number, do not check this box. Ask your parent for their social security number if you don't happen to have it on hand. The questions we went over today were questions that you as the student have control over and how you answer them to prevent issues and delays in processing your FAFSA. We're also aware there are system issues that are out of your control. This is the link to a website that includes a full listing of known issues students and their parents are experiencing. When you go to this website, here's what you'll see. There is a list of open issues. Some of them may even include a workaround. I would like to speak specifically on the issue many students whose parents do not have Social Security numbers are having. We understand you are currently not able to complete the FAFSA at this time, but the Department of Education is dedicated to fixing this issue and plans to have it resolved by the middle of March. On this page, you will also see issues that have been resolved. This website is updated regularly, so you should visit it often if you're experiencing some trouble. This concludes our presentation on FAFSA filing errors. We have included contact information for the Federal Student Aid Information Center should you need to contact someone about the issues you are experiencing. Thank you for participating. Have a great day.